and also allow team members to actively take part in decision making, use task management software, and maintain the balance of work and meet regularly and mix it up, create space, start team, use size to advantage, make hiring a team responsibility, and give frequent feedback and time to celebrate. Now, apart from this, the next thing is, as we're talking about the employee resources and employee HR, human resources development, the next topic comes the employee engagement. And when it is an employee engagement in HRM, goes itself, why? Because in HRM, it's a very most an important part in discussion with the employee management, that is employee engagement, how employees should be engaged in any organization. And employee engaged is defined as the emotional investment employees make in their organization. It's the passion, involvement, and motivation that have been taken place in the organization. As we know that there are different definitions given by different people who describe employee engagement. In the simplest terms, when people are financially invested, they want a return. And when people are emotionally invested, they want to contribute to the organization. So here the focus is mostly on employee engagement, how when it is globally taken into consideration, how the employees are engaged. And it's not an issue only related to HR team of the organization, because it should be business concern together. Because these are the ultimate people who are involved in the manufacturing process, though it is totally automation has been taken place at some stage or at some juncture, we need the employees who should be involved in the manufacturing process. So here the concept of employee engagement was initiated or introduced in 1990s by William Kahn, and he suggested that people, however, are involved in their work at three levels, that is physically, cognitively, and emotionally. Here employees may be engaged at very fewer levels, they may not be engaged at all these three levels. So when highly engaged employees are typically high energy people that have close relation with their colleagues, including their direct manager or supervisor, and have a clear sense of commitment to the organization. And importance of employee engagement, why? Because 21% is a greater profitability when employees are engaged in the business unit. Their behaviors will have an impact in the manufacturing part. And if we can just look at here, HR plays an active role in implementing employee engagement strategies, but the planning and execution requires involvement from leaders and managers of the organization as well. The success of an employee engagement program depends on employees repetitively to it, and employee engagement then is an organization-wide collaborative function. Engagement begins at the beginning of employee life cycle itself, from the candidate experience, the recruitment process, and continuing through onboarding, career planning, learning and development, leadership and succession, retirement or exit from the organization. However, it has been found or seen that employee engagement is a two-way street. That is, even if the organization follow the best practices in the employee engagement, there is a specific personality that employees must either possess or inculcate in themselves to be an excellent cultural fit for the organization. And individuals who display optimism, hard work, and positively are more likely to be engaged in their work than those who don't work. And what are the drivers or the motivators or the factors that will influence the employee engagement? Are seamless on, positive work culture, access to productivity and time management tools, learning and development opportunities, effective leadership and succession planning, workplace wellness initiatives, rewards and recognition. And what are the measurements that have been for employee engagement? The first one, normally employment engagement is measured in two parts. That is, first is the data is collected through various channels and at engagement levels of the whole organization. Under that, the first one is pulse surveys. Here, surveys are most common way to measure the employee engagement, and they should be supplemented with data that can see. I cannot say just like that. This is the reason of employees not showing interest, or this is the reason they are not giving their efficiency 100% efficiency. I cannot just give any vague solutions or answers. So what it can be done, it can be done through certain surveys. Certain questions will be asked to the employees, and with that data, it will be verified independently. And survey questions will be like this: do you think that having these many number of meetings in a day, is it going to use increase your productivity? So like this type of questions will make the employee give the correct information with with the help of which the management tries to take some other different perspective towards the employee. And whether how frequently your feedback is good, and how frequently you're getting fatigue towards your work. So these are means through surveys, this can be find out what actually the employee is thinking about the organization and what is his perspective towards that manufacturing concern. Next is sentiment analysis. Here, sentiment analysis is also one of the method for extracting information from the employees, and it is from subjective data. Means employees are found in the language employees use in their online conversations, and by combining through email and chat data or sentiment analysis tools, which will enable the toxic place work behaviors can be found out. For example, or across teams, or all the data collected is kept anonymous, and sentiment analysis can be provide real insights. So these all can be done. And employees net promoter score, ENPS, means it's a metric used to measure employee loyalty by asking how willing employees are to promote the organization as a place to work, how you are going to tell others. And and it must be like be administered at regular intervals, monthly or quarterly, collect anonymous responses, or be combined with data received from service and other sources. One-on-one meetings should be done monthly, and no technology can be replaced the human touch of one-on-one meetings. And employees feel heard when they're given the opportunity to have a real conversation, to express their thoughts. Anonymous feedbacks can help voice the broader issues. And for more specific personal issues, one-on-one meetings are excellent way for managers to identify the general mood of employees. Next, stay or exit interviews. Sometimes it is difficult to get employees to stay in a company, but conducting an exit interview can give HRs valuable, because staying by working it there, they may not give the exact or actual feedback, but by leaving the organization as an employee, because they're exiting the organization, they may give the exact or true information about the organization, which may help in turn after leaving the organization. It may be helpful to the other employees who are already working in that particular organization. Next, integration of human resource and manufacturing strategy. So as human resource are required for any manufacturing company, because only automation is not going to give you the A, though it is giving, but still we need HR human resources to do that automated production or automation in the production. So how it has been these two evolutionary stages, I can say, that is of manufacturing, which will enhance other functional areas, that is for internal integration stage, and other one is functional areas. And second one is external integration, which happens when manufacturing area and other functional areas support the formation of strategies like externally. That is within the organization, this is outside the organization. And competitive priorities of manufacturing strategy, which you have already studied, that are like cost, which means seeking a lower manufacturing cost; quality, which implies offering high quality products and services to the customers; and performance delivery, which represents the accomplishment of two basic objectives, that is lower and more reliable delivery deadlines, and flexibility mainly related to the innovation of products and services, the product mix, and the production volume. So, like this, we have different things which will be taken into consideration, both collaborating or working together, human resources and manufacturing strategies. So, let us understand what is HRM strategy. As we all know, strategy means planning for the future for a longer period where we can yield the organization as well as planning what to be done for the longer period and how the plan has to be executed. So HRM strategy means it's an organization human resource management strategy. It should maximize return on investment in the organization's human capital and minimizes the financial risk. Here, human resources are trying to achieve that aligning the supply of skilled and qualified individuals and also the capabilities of current workforce, which will help the organization in order to achieve the future business plans. And also why we achieve the future business plans to make the maximum profits out of it and maximize the return on investments. HRM strategy typically consists of the following factors, that is best fit and best practice. It means there's a correlation between HRM strategy and the overall corporate strategy. Why? Because HRM as a field it seeks to manage human resources. The human resources are nothing but the employees or the workers who are working. It will manage the human resources in order to achieve properly organizational goals. And HRM strategy seeks to accomplish management by applying firm's personal needs. So what is happening here? HRM strategy is looking about the personal needs of the employees who are working in that organization, whether that their personal needs are ultimately reaching the organizational goals or not. That is checked through the best fit, that is best practice. Next is close cooperation between HR and the top or senior management, the development of corporate strategy. Theoretically, a senior HR representative should be present when an organization corporate objectives are devised. And this is so since it is a firm personnel who actually construct a good or provide a service. The personnel's proper management is vital in the firm being successful or even existing as a going concern. Thus, HR can be seen as one of the critical departments within the functional area of an organization. And next one is continual monitoring of the strategy via employees' feedback and surveys. So this is the obvious thing that in any organization cannot just be idle by considering that the employees are working better in the organization. No. In order to know whether the efficiency or the effectiveness of the HR in the organization is up to the mark or efficiently, this has to be a continuous process. It should not be like annually. It should be like continuous thing. It should be like a day activity of the organization. An employee should know, should get ready mentally also that yes, every month we have to give the feedback or every 15 days there will be a survey. So like this, it has to be inculcated in the habits of the HR in the organization itself. Next, what are the policies? What are the policies that are for HR functional strategy? That are safe and healthy workplace, safe, healthy and happy workplace. So to become whatever policies we are framing in the organization, to make it functional and to make it strategy, factual strategy, there should be safe, healthy and happy workplace. Means whenever employees are working in the manufacturing organization, the safety should be there because normally whenever it is a manufacturing production or production unit, we have heard or we have come across a lot of accidents that have been taking place either by mishandling the machine or not proper adequate knowledge or skill about that one. So in order to have a good HR functional strategy, we should create as a management, it's our responsibility to create a safe, healthy and happy workplace which will make the employee feel homely and stay with your organization for a longer period. Open book management style means here whatever the information is there about contracts, sales, new clients that are being taken by the organization, management objectives, company policies, employee personal data, and it should be confirmed that employees are enthusiastic about the business at the management. Because as an employee, I want to know what is going on at the decision making level, what is going on at the rules framing level, who are our new clients, what are our new contracts, how our they are very keen about the organization and they want to participate in the management. But it may not be possible all the time, but it should be seen that all this information to be passed to the at least a few, not all, at least some part of information has to be given to the employees to engage them and to make the employees that the organization is following a very transparent mode of management in the organization. Next, performance linked bonuses. So here it is like whenever the employees are able to achieve the client's requirement within a short span, and whenever they are providing or producing more number of quantity in a prescribed time with good quality, at that time bonus has to be given, because this will make or motivate the employees to work more. So performance linked bonuses has to be given to the employee at certain level, whether you pay in the form of kind or a cash or whatever it may be. It should be done because it will help the employees to work more and more. Next, 360-degree performance management feedback system. So here this it's mostly followed in almost in all the organizations. But what happens? This system will help the organization. That is, they will take feedback from seniors, including boss, peers, and subordinates, and which will embrace the best of all kind available methods for collecting performance feedback. And gone those days working hard to impress only one person. No, it's not like. Now opinion of all matter, especially if you are in a leadership role or every person in the team is responsible. So here it should be taken, the feedback should be taken from everyone, irrespective of the position. It should be taken from everyone because senior managers will also use this feedback for this self-development if anything flaws are found later. Next, fair evaluation for employees. There should be certain evaluation system that will have fairly about all the employees. There is no biased thing should be there. And whenever we are evaluating the employees, each employee should have well-defined reporting relationships, self-rating for evaluation process, and periodic counseling should be taken. Achievements of the employees, it should be tracked over the period. And what is the higher objectivity? Like immediate boss, each employee should be screened by the next higher level. Cross-functional feedback should be taken. And these all activities will make the normalization of evaluation, which will improve the fairness that is been. Because even as an employee, will be trying as an employee will feel that yes, whatever evaluation system is taking place in the organization is fair and proper. Next, knowledge sharing. Adopt a systematic approach to ensure that knowledge management support strategies. Highlight performers. Whoever is performing well, make them to visible through company intranet or display boards like best employee or the best performer of that week, best performer of that month. That should be displayed because it's like an encouragement to the employees to showcase the talents, to showcase their performance, how they are doing best. And it will increase the competitive environment within the company, and which will indirectly help the organization to employees to perform, give their high performance, and also avoid disgruntlements. Because if you are giving a high performer as a performer of the day or performer of the week, like if it is given, everyone will try to showcase the talents and they want to be impressed and the name should be displayed. This will make the organization in a better way. Open house discussions and feedback mechanism. Mostly organizations will recognize, nurture the, and try to, if the idea is perfect, they will try to execute the ideas. And employees are the biggest source of idea because they are the people who come up with great ideas of flooding their organization through mechanism or through capturing ideas. Open house discussions has to be done. Employee management meets has to be done. Suggestion boxes, because there are few people who may not come up with their expression or putting their ideas in front of all. So in that case, if suggestion boxes are given, they will just write in a form of letter and they'll put it in that box. And ideas capture tools such as critical incidents, diaries are the building blocks that will help the managers to identify and develop talent. Next, reward ceremonies. Whenever merely recognizing talent does not work, because recognizing everyone will recognize, but it should be supported with some rewards, maybe in the form of cash or in the form of kind. Dollar check is often less, or some coupons can be given at a concessional rate whenever they go for something. So this can be possible. Next, delight employees with the unexpected. So last but not least, it's occasional or delight your employees with unexpected things. Means unexpected things, we're not restricting them. Give a like a best employee of the award or certificate or well done certificate, which will make the top performance to do much more. It's like a motivation to them to exhibit their potential. So next is benefits of integration. So when integration takes place, what are the benefits? Let's say workforce planning, recruitment, induction, train, orientation and onboarding, skills management, training and development, personnel administration, compensation in wage or salary, time management, travel management, payroll, employee benefits administration, personnel cost planning, performance appraisal, and labor relations. Next, employee benefits and rewards. So, what are the types of employee benefits? Perks means or perquisites means in rather than cash, it will be given in service or kind, or in addition to the employee salary, there are services that are being provided. That are types of employee benefits. If you can just look at here, we have medical insurance like dental insurance, drugs, medicines, or health checkup, employee insurance, family insurance, and for this, a very low 1% will be collected either sometimes, or they may not pay anything also, depends on the organization. Next, disability insurance. If any accidents happens during the manufacturing process, then it will be when, supported by the organization. Life insurance of the family in case of he or she dies, or benefits are paid to the beneficiaries, either spouse or children. Retirement benefits are funds that are set aside to provide people with an income or pension when they end their careers. And paid time off is also called as PTO, is earned by employees while they work. And there are three common types of paid time off are holidays, sick leave, and vacation leave. Most employees earn these as separate benefits. And next we have is fringe benefits. These are a variety of non-cash payments used to attract and retain talented employees. And they may include tuition assistance, flexible medical or childcare spending amounts or accounts, or other childcare benefits, and non-production bonuses. And the fringe benefits are most common for full-time employees in the manufacturing sector. That are types of benefits, and these are the types of rewards. And employee reward system refers to programs that are set by a company to reward performance. And what happens whenever a reward is given to the employee, he gets motivated. And as an individual and a group, he will try to give more than what actually he tries to give his 110% to the organization. And because of him, the others also gets motivated and try to even they to give their 100 plus percentage of or their performance towards the organization. So now let's look at the types of employee rewards. Three of the most typical dichotomies, that is intrinsic versus extrinsic rewards, financial versus non-financial rewards, and performance-based versus membership-based rewards. So we have the three dichotomies of types of employee rewards. Under that, first one is intrinsic reward versus extrinsic reward. Here, intrinsic reward means personal satisfaction when one gets from the job itself. They are self-initiated rewards, such as having pride in working in that particular organization, or having feeling of accomplishment, or being part of the team. And job enrichment can offer intrinsic rewards to employees, and these are much more meaningful. This by outside we are not going to get anything. Within, as an employee himself, when he is self-disciplined or very pride working in that particular organization, then no need of getting some any reward. That is in himself internally feels that it has been rewarded being working in that team or that organization. Now, extrinsic reward on the other hand are external to the job, and that comes from the outside source, mainly management. For example, Apple Computer gives a PC to each of its employees, that are external rewards. Next, financial versus non-financial rewards. Rewards may or may not enhance the financial well-being. How? Because wages, bonus, or profit sharing, or indirectly through employer subsidized benefits such as pension plans, paid vacations, or paid sick leaves, or purchase discount coupons will be given. These are financial. And we have non-financial rewards also, such as desirable extras that are potential at the disposal of organization. Means their common link is that they do not increase the employee's financial position, but instead they will enhance the employee finances. Like non-financial rewards emphasize making life on the job more attractive. Means they may not give the financial benefits that are financial. Means out of non-financial also we have something like praising or I recognizing, but not giving anything financial. There will be no monetary benefits. Next, performance-based versus membership-based rewards. Here, the reward that the organization allocates can be said to be based on either performance or membership criteria. HR representative in many organizations say that the reward system payoff performance should be recognized, and that isn't always the case. It is not possible because few organizations actually reward employees based on performance. We will that means there are certain companies who will recognize the performance of the employee and based on their performance they will be given benefits. And performance-based rewards are exemplified by the use of commissions, piecework pay plans, incentive systems, group bonuses, merit pay, or other form of pay performance plan. Membership-based rewards include cost of living increases, benefits, and salary increases attributable to labor market conditions. Then, what are the factors in establishment of a reward program? For that, we need time, money, energy, saving ideas, suggestions, customer compliments, solution to critical problems, attendance records, improvement in efforts by all the employees that has to be done. And designing a reward program. How to design a reward program and how to develop that reward program. To develop a reward program, first identification of company or group goals that the reward program will support. First, that has to be identified. And identification of the desired employee performance or behaviors that will reinforce the company goals, and the determination of key measurements of the performance behavior based on the individual or group previous achievements, determination of appropriate rewards, communication of program to employees. And what are the recognition programs? And we have certain factors that will try to recognize the programs that are for the HR reward system, that are structured programs should be there, regular recognition events such as banquets, breakfast, employee of the month or year recognition, or annual report or yearbook, or which features the accomplishment of employees and department or company recognition boards. Informal or spontaneous recognition can take the form of privileges such as working at home, starting late, leaving early, or long lunch breaks. This will and a job well done can also be become by providing additional support for empowering the employees, greater choice for assignments, increasing authority, or naming the employee as internal consultant to other staff if is performing well. It can be done like that also. And even symbolic recognition such as plaques or coffee mugs with inscription can also be effective, which will reflect the appreciation of hard work and expression of thanks. This all can be done as a forms of recognition, not only financial and that thing. These are also the small things that can be given for the employees. And the goals of a good reward system. Identifying the desired outcome of rewards is essential in developing the most effective reward program in the company. Under that, attract talented employees. Here, we have to attract the talented employee because reward is the one criteria, and it's a maximum criteria which will attract the talented employees to the company or position, and it will also retain them in the organization. And companies should allocate a certain amount of funds to the recruitment process. And it motivates to perform optimally. Most programs focused on the motivational component, and this will also sometimes reward the shape of employee behavior in the most desired direction, what an organization actually requires, and foster personal growth and development. It rewards should be encouraged to promote personal growth and professional development. And when rewards are used to encourage employees to engage in behavior that will increase their work performance, the company ultimately benefits from a more skilled workforce. Increase employee satisfaction with their work means how to increase the employee satisfaction with the work is rewards can promote employee engagement, which will result in increased workplace satisfaction. And they are also can motivate an employee to persist in the face of challenges and come up with creative solutions to tackling tasks and encourage them to derive more pleasure with their work and keep talented employees from leaving. Whenever when employee loves what they do and are see, working with what they do or loving what they do is a very positive thing, but the same thing has to be rewarded for their performance. Like they are less, then they will not be having an idea to leave the company. This is one of the fact that can be kept for talented employees on board, and priority of any company should be there. So these are the things how the employees has to be rewarded and financial things has to be given. Now, key performance indicators. So how to identify what are the key factors through which we can identify the performance of an employee in the organization. So in world-class manufacturing, the focus is on continuous improvement. And an organization adopt world-class manufacturing when they need new methods of performance measurement to check their continuous improvement, because we know it is normally done in any organization at least annually. The feedback will be taken from the or the performance of any employee will be taken from the organization either in the form of anything like what you say. If it's an academic, we call it as API, that is academic performance indicators. Similarly, here also, as it is a manufacturing concern, they will look up the key performance indicators. Means what are the things that are frequently used in business to evaluate the success of everything from a specific department to the entire enterprise. So, what are the factors that are taken into consideration to evaluate the performance? So, that is work with raw data of the industry and to evaluate how the industry are performing or their performance is there. So, different indicators or several authors have measured world class manufacturing are broad management, worker involvement, competitive advantage, cost, price, plant, equipment, tooling, reliability, quality, safety, supplier management, and productivity. So, and as per BABOK, that is a guide to the business analysis body of knowledge. The purpose of metrics and the key performance indicators is to measure the performance of solutions and solution component that are related, and the interested parties are stakeholders, uh, employees, they are all stakeholders. So, and these metrics are used to measure different aspects of business activity at certain point of time. So let us see what are the KPIs. And all KPIs are metrics, but not all metrics are KPIs. Okay. So types of KPIs. A KPI must be well defined and measurable. It should be quantifiable. Okay, and communicated throughout the organization. And it is applicable to business or department and crucial to achieve goal. So here the main thing is choosing the right key performance indicators is critical for measuring effectiveness financially and operationally. However, business owners know the importance of proper uh, KPI selections can help to expand upon the tracking of specific metrics and give a deeper, more thorough look into business and its performance. Under that, the first one is quantitative indicators. So, quantitative indicators are the most straightforward of KPIs. In short, they are measured solely by a number. There are two types of quantitative indicators, that is continuous and discrete. This we will study normally as a practical thing. We have studied in the statistics, that is continuous series and discrete series. Here, continuous quantitative indicators can take any value, including decimals or over a range. And descriptive quantitative measures include things like complaints, accidents, and rating scales. And examples of competitive measurements include measurements of time, dollars, and cents, and weight. This is about quantitative indicators. Next, we have qualitative indicators. Qualitative indicators means that cannot be measured in the form of numbers, which cannot be measured by numbers. And typically, a qualitative KPI is the characteristics of a process or business decision. And examples of qualitative KPIs include opinions, properties, and traits. A common qualitative indicator that organizations regularly use would be an employee satisfaction survey. Well, some of the survey data would be considered quantitative, and the measures themselves are based on the opinion of a person. Qualitative focus is more on the why as opposed to the how. And leading indicators are used to predict the outcome of a change in a process and confirm the long-term trends. And in mostly 500 Fortune companies, around the metrics, they are using leading indicator, that is 3M Corp, that is mining, manufacturing company. And supply design, this is number of new patents, new innovations, and customer service perception. Next one is lagging indicators. Lagging indicators are used to measure results at the end of the time period, like how we prepare a balance sheet at the end of the period year. Similarly, lagging indicators also will measure the results at the end of the time period, which will reflect upon the success or failure of an initiative. Often they are used to gauge historical, means which is already done, that cannot be changed anything. Maybe in future it may be changed or try to have with new perspective, but presently that cannot be changed anything. That is called lagging indicators. Next, input indicators. These are being used to measure resources using during a business process. For example, like staff time, cash on hand, equipment, input indicators. This will track the efficiency in large projects with a lot of moving parts. Next, we have process indicators. These are used specifically to gauge the efficiency of process and facilitate helpful changes. And very common process indicator for support systems are KPI focused around customer support tickets, means tickets resolved, tickets opened, and average resolution times. These are all different process indicators. Next, we have output indicators, means which will measure the success or failure of any organization or for any business activity. For example, some decision has been taken, but this decision, are we going to success or failure? And output indicators are one of the most used KPI types. And examples are include revenue, profits, or new customers acquired. Next, we have practical indicators. This will take into company's existing account company process and explore the what are the effects that have been taking place. Next, directional indicators. It will evaluate specific trends within a company, like trend analysis, how we evaluate, means on time on site. And this metric is used to measure the time that the tech spend on site fixing issues and troubleshooting problems. Next, we have actionable indicators. Actionable indicators measures and reflect to companies' commitment and effectiveness in implementing business changes. Those changes could be within business process, company culture, or political action. Next, financial indicators. Financial indicators are the measure of economic stability or how its growth and how its business viability. And some of the common financial KPIs include gross profit margin, net profit margin, aging accounts, receivables, and assets ratio. So these are the different types of KPIs. And remaining will continue in the next class. That is about effective KPIs, safety performance indicators, maintenance and workplace organization. The next part will be discussed in the next class. Thank you all.